Orbund knows student information systems, but doesn't know football. We help you tackle the admin processes and gaps you may already have. Orbund knows compliance, but doesn't know soccer. We help you kick off compliance reports in 3 clicks, not 3 months.
Hi, Coach Paul here again with Team Orbund. For those of you that are first timers, I'm Paul Rutledge. Today's Coach's Corner topic is widgets. We file this in our file cabinet, our Playbook file cabinet under the letter W for widgets, obviously. There's not much in the W category, but we also cross-reference it with our reporting and compliance playbooks. We also file this under the letter E for executive dashboard, because in essence, this is the key deliverable of this SIS feature, an ability to keep leadership informed of things requiring their attention. As a reminder, we view the SIS as the playing field or the hub of all school operations, capturing the required metrics of student-related activity. By everyone working within the playing field, all critical data or metrics will be captured, so our game plan works seamlessly. So let's walk through our playbook when it comes to widgets. Widgets are reports pushed to our homepage or dashboard. They're things that require either our attention or action. Each staff member should be able to configure their dashboard with widgets that relate to their specific role and responsibilities. A good SIS should have a robust library of widgets capable of supporting all departments within the student lifecycle. And widgets should be easy to use, alerting you to action being needed and be clickable to the next step in the action needing attention. Good library of standard widgets is an important consideration. In our experience, school organizations are diverse and workflows and priorities vary from institution to institution. So the ability to create custom widgets is an important consideration as well. So we talk about our game plan. Let's go to some game film. So this is our playing field. This is our homepage. On our homepage, in the middle, are widgets. Every time I refresh my homepage, you'll see that the widgets and the loading screen pop up. Basically, that function was refreshing my widgets. On my dashboard, the most important widget and the greatest example of widgets requiring your action is today's reminder widget. This is clickable through to what the next action is. In this case, I have a reminder to call the student. And if I click on the student record, click on the student name, it will take me actually to the student record that gives me the information I need to do, their phone number, comments, notes, so I can refresh myself before I call that student. My dashboard is configurable. You can see I have the lead source performance report on my dashboard. I can move widgets wherever I want. As a staff member, I can decide which widgets I want to have. If I'm responsible for admissions, then I can have this lead source performance report on my dashboard. If I'm not responsible for admissions, I can configure my dashboard by saving it and deleting it, and this widget would go away. So it gives you the ability to create your own dashboard and your own environment for the things that are your responsibility to manage. With that basic overview, let's actually do something a little bit different. Let's actually do some in-game scrimmaging with a coach. I want to introduce you to Coach Dave Brackett with our Prestige branded software for cosmetology schools. But let's do a real life game scrimmage in real game conditions. Show us the top widgets that help an operational school from your perspective.
All righty there, Paul. Here we are down on the diamond with some of our top players. Yeah, some of the widgets that are here on the Orbund system are designed specifically to help the school and help the school operations do their jobs. So rather than having them go out into the dugout or go out into the left field and get information themselves, we are serving it up right across the home plate for them. So Following our baseball analogies, we wanted to do some of the top plays and some of the highlights of some widgets that we utilize day to day at our schools. Now, one thing to remember is that one of the neatest things or the coolest things here about the Orbund system is that you can create your own widgets. So any one of these reports out here, working with the team at Orbund, you're able to create your own all-stars and create your own information that pushes information out to you or your staff every day that you don't have to keep track of. So the main ones are the management, and for us, our main widgets are the management widget, which is basically a summary of all information that is out here for my school. So things that I can look at in a quick glance. Assignments, tasks that are sent to me. I always want to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything. So if someone had signed a document or that I needed to review a document that one of my staff or one of my students focused on, that's one of the widgets that we use there. Admissions are the lifeblood of any school. So keeping track of what your stats are on your admissions team, the widget right here identifies all leads as well as the breakdown of those new students with the documents that are needed for their auditing file. So coming in at new admissions and a widget that identifies the documents that are needed for the enrollment. And then a breakdown for the rest of it. So this is my lineup. These are the new students. This is the new starts in this time period. So you could break it out. The flexibilities out there are there are a lot of flexibilities out there in some of the widgets. So being able to alter your lineup over and over is very easy to do. Now we look at some of the other ones are at-risk students. So you can identify students that you need to keep an extra eye on. These students have either flagged for attendance or for some kind of behavior that causes us to have to keep an eye on them. My system will identify exactly who to look for. One of those tricks in the financial aid world is those students that are there for the second year, and you want to make sure that they've all filled out their ICER files. So for us, being able to identify second year students and making sure that they completed all their financial aid documents, I'd rather have the system tell my staff the list of students rather than them diving through each folder looking for the specific documents. SAP records, being able to identify students that are above or below certain thresholds, that their grades or their attendance, breaking down into a list there, or even show the detail of the students and what their numbers are. Daily attendance roster, this is probably one of my favorites. It identifies all the students at the school, depends upon the partner or the program or the class that they're in, and what time they arrived and put their finger on the time clock machine. So this student showed at 8:47 today, and this one's, even though he was scheduled today, didn't show up. Swing and a miss. Students that are getting ready to finish the program, 100 hours from graduation. So rather than going through and identifying everybody that is close to finishing, the widget right here pushes that list out to the staff so that you can reach out to those students, making sure that all of their grades are finished, make sure their financials are all lined up, and making sure they're ready to take that next step of their career. Above and below attendance threshold levels, again, identifying students that you want to key in or that you want to focus on, let the widget do the focusing versus your staff diving through records. Needing career placement. So after your students graduate, placement and licensure is usually another measuring stick for the school. Being able to stay on top of who has collected a placement information, who has licensed. Again, the widget siphons through all of the students, all of the lists, and pushes out just the ones that are important. And as students have finished school and are leaving you, making sure that all of their records are complete before they walk out the door, the graduate's exit audit widget identifies documents that are needed in their exit file and making sure that all of their required documents are there. So the key component of the widgets is the flexibility, the ability to identify specific information that is important to you. And rather than you or your staff needing to go out and run a report to get it, the widgets push it out for you. That's what we see down here at the ballpark.
Wow, Dave, I can't see any aspect of the whole student life cycle that doesn't have widget coverage in your school, making you aware of things before they fall through the cracks. Thanks.
They certainly are an all-star on our field.
So we showed you our widgets. We showed you how widgets actually work in real game scrimmage conditions. Okay, a real school. Why should widgets in our SIS be important to leadership is kind of the next question. Ask yourself, how many of your critical metrics rely upon staff members running a report to move the needle, to keep things on track? Is standard operating procedure a document that needs continual reminder to keep things from falling through the cracks? In situations of employee turnover or absence, or are they a management challenge? A great leadership axiom is the quote by Peter Drucker: if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Widgets or an executive dashboard are a key technology tool to taking metrics and managing proactively and effectively. Thank you for taking time today to watch this video. If you'd like to book a meeting with one of our coaches, contact us or click the Meet with the Coach button in the email or at the bottom of the web page. Thanks and have a great day.